Hello students, you are welcome on Easy English channel. I am Rajesh Pal, Pedagogy of English. Today I am going to teach you about the poem The Voice of the Rain written by Walt Whitman. This poem is in Hornbill, your main textbook. The theme of this poem is cycle of water. Cycle of water, and the figure of speech which is used in this poem, it is personification and metaphor. And the main message which the poet wants to convey through this poem is spreading happiness without considering longevity. It is the main points on which we should concentrate our mind. Though I am going to tell you what is the resume or what is the theme of this poem. What happens there, the poet is sitting in his room and he hears the tapping of rain. He hears the tapping of rain outside. He is sitting in his room. You know, we read a poem, we read a chapter in 10th standard also, Letter to God. Letter to God. There was a character Lencho. Lencho was also sitting in his room and he also heard the tapping of rain. And when he came out, he saw that it was raining. It was a good thing for him, but soon all of his expectations were changed, as there was, you can say, hailing also. Okay, it was the other thing matter, but we are turning to the poem. And the poet is sitting in his room and he hears the tapping of rain. Tapping of rains, and he thinks in his mind, and you know, it was that poet, doctors and madmen. These are the three personalities. We can't put any blame on them. We have to follow them. Whatever they say, we have to follow their rules and regulations, their sayings. In the same way, the poet is sitting in his room. This poem is based on monologue. Monologue means there isn't anybody else. The poet is sitting in his room alone, and he is creating questions himself and is answering himself also. Often it happens also with you also, when you are alone, you sit in the room. Often when you play the music and you start singing song with this music, and sometimes when you sit alone, you start laughing by remembering the past incident. In the same way, one day the poet is sitting in his room and he hears the tapping of rains, and he thinks that this rain has a physical structure. It is his thinking, because we have to accept whatever he thinks in his mind. And he thinks that this rain has a physical structure, and he asks questions to this rain, what its origin is. And only first, you can say, question is in the first line, and throughout the rest of the poem, there is answer which is given by this rain to the poet. And in the first line he asks what its origin, and this rain answers the poet in a cool way, as there is, you can say, again I am telling that it is based on monologue. And he asked introduction to poet and in monologue way, and get answers from rain, and in the end he complacent means he satisfied. And rain answers the poet that its descending from and formation both are from the, you can say, the earth. Means earth is its origin and its death place also. The answer is given by the rain, and this main aim of this rain is telling the poet that it comes to this earth to eradicate the famine, and to you can say spread greenery there, and to wet the dry lands, and on the sphere, and in the end she accepts that it is the demise and birthplace. Means this sphere, this earth is the birthplace of it, and it's the, you can say, death place of it also. And the main, you can say, factors in this poem which are described, it is first of all the poet is stressing the importance of evaporation, as evaporation keeps on continuing round the clock. And next one, he is telling the density of the, you can say, the density of water vapors, and descending from Vulcan from sky on this earth, and again there is recycling again. That's why the poet is telling us the cycle of life, in the same way cycle of life, cycle of water also. Because you know it well that round the clock there is evaporation on this earth due to the heat. It doesn't mean the sun appears in the sky, but this evaporation keeps continuing around the clock. And these when the water vapors rise, and they meet some other water vapors, and they shape big, and some of the dust particles also include them. And when they go upward towards horizon, and after covering a long distance, they shape into, you can say, cloud. They shape into cloud, and these clouds are, you can say, these are not heavier, but these are lighter than air. That's why this air can lift them from one place to other place. That's why we can see that there is movement in the you can say the clouds. Sometimes they are seen in east, sometimes they are seen in west side or south side, north side. Means the water, these air uplift these vapors of water, though they are condensed. When they are condensed, they shape like clouds, and when this air keep them uplifting until they become heavier than the air. When these clouds become heavier than the air, they descend on this earth. When they descend on this earth, and the main purpose of them is to lade. There is a word which is used in the poem, lade. Lade means wet, to wet the dry land of this earth. And you know, during these, you can say different seasons, these farmers also wait for rain, and we also need rain for natural, you can say, water resources. We collect the water in the water resource in dams also. Underground water is also useful. So water is life on this earth. If water is there, that's why we are living. And this rain tells this poet that its origin is from this earth, and when it descends, means it falls from the heaven, from the sky on this earth, means when this earth, when it meets the surface of this earth, it's means she dies there after meeting. But again there is recycling again in the shape of, you can say, this evaporation. So round the clock this evaporation continues, and the poet is satisfied. Though he asks the question in the first line, who art thou? There is the old English language he is asking, and the rest part of the poem is only the answer. And that's why we can say that the poet is in monologue and is answering questions himself, and he is creating his questions again, and means vice versa. Only he is present, nobody is there. In monologue this poem is. And there are some questions which I will send you later on. If you have any problem, you may ask me. Thanks a lot for giving me time here. Have a nice day. Bye.